What's up, everybody? Well, today I'm here to do another full house cleaning to test vacuum cleaning performance. This time I thought I'd go ahead and feature my Hoover Elite 5.0. This is my childhood vacuum, and at the time of shooting this video, this has a temporary motor swap. The motor is on loan from my Legacy 2, and I also decided to put in the Legacy 2's power cord because it's a lot longer than the original. But that's a temporary setup. The reason why is because the original 5 amp motor that this had, I took it over to my friend's house who needed help carpet cleaning her house. So I used this to pre and post vacuum. However, we did run into a little bit of an issue with the pre-vacuuming. Little did I know that she actually put baking soda in her carpet. And baking soda for direct air vacuums are a big no-no. And I found out the hard way with the old 5 amp motor. So for now, it's currently torn apart and getting the baking soda cleaned out of it. But I had it cleaned out of the base of the cleaner just so there's nothing there. But I am cleaning out the inside of the motor, and hopefully after a little rebuild it should make its return here shortly. But for now, I put the motor from the Legacy 2 into this, particularly because this is more so to relive the original childhood Elite 5.0 that my family used to have down at their ranch that I believe was probably motor swapped. Now, that was years ago, but I do remember the motor having a little bit higher pitch sound than an original 5 amp motor would. So I'm guessing that one was probably motor swapped years ago to a later 7 amp, because the original one probably suffered a fan explosion that took the motor casing with it. So the only replacement motor they could get for it was, I think it was at least a 7 amp motor that was likely from a runabout or a sprint. At least those are the ones I can think of offhand that have no headlight. But anyway, that one was motor swapped. So I thought I'd go ahead and test the cleaning performance of this with a 7 amp motor that was actually out of my Legacy 2. And let me go ahead and show you that per my tests, what I usually run, a fresh generic HEPA type A bag, just so you get better filtration and also high airflow out of it. And yeah, these slide top bags are not very easy to put on when you're holding the camera. But here is the brush roll that I am running in it. This is a brush roll, and a used brush roll that I actually pulled from my Elite Supreme and threw into this. I put a new one in the Elite Supreme, but this is the full-length bristle brush roll. It has a full length of bristles. This is a Hoover part number 48414-049, and it will work in these older Elites, but the only thing you will run into is on this particular style of base plate is that the bristles right here, you know where there's that normally that empty notch on the original brush roll, since there are a set of bristles there, it will grind off some bristles as it hits the base plate, which is an unfortunate thing to happen. And this one did grind off some bristles when do it, but there's still a little bit remaining, so it will groom nice. But I mostly did this because I didn't want to brush roll with the odd cutouts like the new genuines that they still sell. So I just did that because I wanted the full length of bristles, but that's the only thing you will have to put up. At least this is only the 1 bar base plate, not the 3 bar one, because the 3 bar would have grinded off a lot more bristles than this would have. So I'm okay with running this brush roll into this. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to full house cleaning with this guy. And so Away we go. Go ahead and examine carpet lines real quick. Really love the grooming action of this brush roll, along with the style of base plate that's on it. That's the one thing I definitely love about these older Elites, is that single bar base plate. It leaves much more pleasant carpet lines rather than the 3-bar one, or even the metal cage one for that matter, which that one's a 4-bar. But also this vacuum with this temporary 7-amp motor does sound exactly like I remember the original 5.0 that was from my family's old ranch. And also this groom's pretty nice. A lot of people may remember that from my backlog of videos, I did this same 7-amp motor swap to my blue Elite 350, which I ran that one with the dual row red bristle brush roll. So I'm interested to see how this white bristle one does as far as cleaning performance goes, but we'll see the results later in the video. Also, compared to the 5-amp motor, this 7-amp motor, since it turns a little bit higher of RPMs than the 5-amp, it also draws a lot more airflow, even with a 7-blade fan, than the 5-amp does. And the 5-amp that was in this actually had the 7-amp fan, which would have been a replacement for that particular motor, because those originally came with a 9-bladed fan. But enough of my yammering, let's go ahead and continue on. Sorry, May. full house cleaning is all complete. I will say this was definitely pleasant to use. It definitely feels good to relive some childhood memories of using that other 5.0 with the swapped motor. But let's see how this all performs by taking off the bag to find what got picked up. Look at all that. Definitely a lot more towards the top. And as usual, I usually like to wait about a week until I vacuum to do these kind of videos. But this is just amazing results. Definitely shows you how much more airflow these 7-amp motors draw compared to the original. So I hope you've enjoyed this full house cleaning video with this Hoover Elite 7.0. I meant Hoover Elite 5.0. Be sure and stay tuned, and don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.